Joel Fleischman Happy Hour Podcast, episode 151.
151.
Cheers.
For years, we did the famous number behind the podcast.
Oh, yes. Was that sports related? Or
We always did like famous,
We've gotten out of that
23s and all that. Oh, yeah, 151. I'm like,
that doesn't apply.
That's dead.
Yeah. Got some carbless in hand here for Joel and I. And then we got Good Boy from Mason and the H2O. Staying hydrated. Welcome, guys.
Thanks.
Jordan and Mason from our finance department. However, that is not where their Drexel journey started. So we are inviting Jordan back. This is your second time on the pod. First time was 116. And first time for Mason. So thank you guys for being here. Kind of our intention to welcome you back is we are actively recruiting for our internship program, which both of you have been a part of. So just kind of want to dive into that. I guess first, for those of you, or for those listening that don't know you, who are you? What are you currently doing here at Drexel? I'll start with Mason.
Sure. My name is Mason, and I'm a payroll and benefits administrator.
Okay. Jordan.
Yep. Jordan Carlton. I am our accounts payable, accounts receivable, financial controller.
All right. So take us back, guys. Before internship started, where did you go to school? What did you go for?
Sure. Start first?
Sure.
I went to Concordia University, as Jordan, same place. We'll figure that out.
Oh, no kidding.
Oh, did not know that.
Okay.
I did not. I knew that, but yet never tied it together. How about that? Yeah.
Probably one of the few Concordia alum around here. But yeah, I went for...
Normally we don't hire from private schools, so they somehow slipped in. Just kidding for all those listening.
But I graduated this last semester, last school year with an accounting degree.
All right. Love it. How about you, Jordan?
Yeah, I also graduated from Concordia. Seen Mason in the hallways a few different times, which was good. I graduated with a degree in actuarial and data sciences. So I was there for 5 years to double major there. I was actually the first person to graduate with that major at Concordia.
Really?
So
Wow.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Can only be one first.
Yeah, for sure.
And you guys are 2 years apart?
Yep.
Okay.
Because they also went to high school together, too. So, Jules, there you go.
This is just all coming together. Wow.
They've had 3 of the same girlfriends as well. No, I made that up. Totally made that up.
I think might be 4.
It was 4. They did not flinch. They didn't flinch. So maybe there's some truth there. I don't know.
I will fall for anything. No.
I don't know. They didn't flinch, so it could be real.
So, guys, what about Drexel attracted you to the internship specifically? If Jordan, you want to go first.
Yeah.
Was it even called internship, or was it just summer help?
I don't think it was even called.
Just summer help, right?
No,
Okay.
I think, honestly, for me, so I think Mason will probably say the same thing. Obviously, graduating with our degrees at Concordia, an internship was part of the requirement to graduate. At that time, I didn't know where I wanted to work. I had an idea of an avenue I wanted to go down. Didn't know where that was going to take me. Never thought it would have resulted me here.
Okay.
Obviously, grew up in the community, Kewaskum right down the street. My dad's worked here for 5, almost 6 years now. Talking with him. Ended up getting in contact with Andy Bretler, kind of talked about an opportunity that maybe didn't have legs to begin with, but after meeting with him, talking with him, kind of carved out a little spot where I would be able to not only fulfill my internship requirement for school, but get some experience out in the real world, meet some new people, develop some connections, and learn a lot of new things as we went, and it was awesome.
Yeah, that's something I'm actually preparing to talk to a school for career day coming up, and that's one of my slides is just building connections. I think, from a young age, you might be involved in sports, this or that, but like truly the connections that you're making from then on can really impact your future. So
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mason, how about you?
Nice. Yeah, so my journey kind of started the same way. I had to do the internship for part of school, and then but that originally the Drexel internship wasn't my original plan for that internship. I was originally internshipping at an accounting firm, an auditing firm down in Wauwatosa area.
Okay.
And I was with them, and it was great. The people were really nice, but I knew that wasn't the direction I wanted to go. I didn't feel that really corporate-y accounting firm was where I wanted to be.
Yeah.
So I was originally signed up to do another internship there just to fulfill the hours requirements because that first one wasn't a whole lot of hours. And then my accounting teacher in high school and my uncle Tim Rollinger reached out to me.
Shout out to Mr. Roller.
Yes.
Shout out to Mr.
All
Rollinger.
right.
T-rolls.
All the way. So he reached out to me. I remember it very vividly. I was sitting in a classroom at a school, and we were working, and all of a sudden I got a text from him saying, like,
who is also your uncle.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Oh, he kind of stumbled on that.
Yeah. So I got a text from him.
This is like the full, like everything's gonna tie. I feel like everything's gonna tie together.
I know.
Like this whole room's gonna just start tying knots.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, he reached out to me and he's like, hey, like Julie at Drexel's looking for people like, high school or college grads, recent college grads that are looking for an internship position, like an accounting intern position. He's like, would you be interested in that? I'm like absolutely. Like that like totally fits like where I want to be. With the, like obviously growing up in Kewaskum and back to Holy Trinity. Yeah. Definitely way
That's your
back.
Connection, right?
Yeah, well,
I coached Mason.
Okay, yes.
Yeah,
I know this has come up.
Just 1 year, right?
Yeah.
1 year,
Yeah.
Okay.
Very influential year. Mason's a fantastic person.
Yes.
Not about a player, but so yeah.
I had worse, Mason. You weren't like on the top. You didn't make like the top 10 worst.
I'll take pride in that.
Yeah, you should. You really should.
But yeah, just knowing of Drexel like all my entire life, and that really just tied with kind of where I wanted to be. So I reached out to him, back to him. I'm like, absolutely. And then it was the day after that internship ended is when I came and met with Julie.
Oh, wow.
And I interviewed with Julie and Emily, and we both sat down in ethics downstairs in downtown.
You do remember it vividly.
Very, very vividly.
I love those.
It was great. And we just had a nice conversation about kind of what they were looking for and what I was all about. Yeah. And then I heard back from Julie a couple weeks later that I was going to be starting, and started with the accounts payable team and kept going from there.
Mason's also a notary public here as well.
That is true. Yes. Bright sign and all in your office, which I love. That's
gifted
so great.
From the man himself.
Cheers to that. Okay, guys. So expectations are a big thing coming into internships, right? From a finder perspective, like we're selling Drexel and this experience. Tell me about your experience, kind of I know some of these happen kind of organically and whatnot, but what you were told, did that align with what you experienced?
Yeah. I guess for me, the biggest thing that I took away from it and what I really loved about it is I was allowed to learn what I needed to do in my own way. Shout out Andy Rettler. Yeah. He very much put me in a position of like, here's what I want you to do. Now just figure it out, right? Yeah. And with a little bit of direction and guidance, obviously, if I had questions along the way, there was no issues with asking those. But it really allowed me internally to learn kind of some more soft skills like time management, efficiency, which are things you're not really taught. Yeah. In an internship or a job, those are kind of things you just have to figure out as you go. Yeah. And thankfully for myself, I was put into an opportunity to learn. You had to learn those things right away. What was, I guess, to kind of roundabout answer your question, right? Did it align with what I was told? Wasn't really told much.
Yeah,
right?
Like
it was kind of like, hey, this is what we're here. This is what this is why you're here. This is what we want you to do. However you see it to get done most efficiently. We're relying on you. We know you're a smart person, so figure it out, right?
Really exciting. Yeah, that empowerment piece that we really speak a lot to our team members.
I am so sorry. I'm getting lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah, it's just
talk about being important. That's huge.
I mean, I think, in my personal internship too, I realized, it's not like a lack of resources, but lack of resourcefulness. So like, what do I need to do to own this process? And I need to be resourceful too, because that's a two-way street, I feel like, in an internship,
And I do think you're coming out of, I'll let Mason talk, especially at Drexel. Like, I think so many people looking for an internship at a corporate-y, big city company. I think, especially from a small town. Yep. We're actually doing an art mural coming up that's going to be called Bloom Where You're Planted here on Main Street. And I actually love it because I think there's so many of us feel somewhat psychologically trapped in the little town and we never got out. So there's 1,000 love songs and poems kind of built around trapped in a small town, right? Yeah. But yet it's kind of bloom where you're planted. Like, you can do amazing stuff in your little community. You don't have to move to another little community to do that or a big city. But I think as an intern, and you want this formality because you come from education world where you're looking for this formality, and if that formality is not there, you kind of panic, and you feel like you may be drowning, or it's a loser job, or a dead end, or it's not what I was told on my, job duty sheet. This isn't exactly right. And now, but we're trying to give you that diversity. Yes. And also, you are at the bottom of the totem pole I mean, this is a paid position, but it's still like, hey, get stuff done, kid.
Yeah.
I don't really care what your internship is for today.
Start building the experience, and and I think too, like,
Does that help at that?
Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. Well, Mason, tell us about your experience.
Sure. So, like, I believe this is accurate. I think when Julie was looking for this position, I think it was the first time they were looking for an accounting intern. So, like, there wasn't, like you were saying, like a bullet pointed what you're going to be doing. It was kind of like, hey, we're going to get you in here. We're going to have you at least start with the accounts payable team and work with them for a little while, and we might get you over to the accounts receivable team. We'll get you up back to downtown working with Emily.
Yeah.
So there really wasn't like a bullet pointed thing out for me to do, which was a little daunting at that time, but also was exciting because you didn't know exactly what you were going to learn. You felt like every day was something new, which was great. And then just working with the accounts payable team and everybody in the whole finance team was really great. I mean, open arms from the very beginning.
Yeah.
It was a little scary. Learning Spruce for the first time was really daunting, coming from school and then trying to learn this whole new program, and then we're trying to learn like the Drexel processes,
and then Drexel words,
and then I'm just gonna say like the lingo.
We have Drexel lingo, and then there's industry lingo too, right?
Yes.
Like the items we use are way different. The lingo we have is way different.
Yep. So just trying to learn all that was a little bit daunting, but everyone was always super helpful. And I think what almost scared me a little bit most, or like right off the bat scared me a little bit, was they were trusting me to pay bills, cut checks the first couple days, and I'm like, are we like sure? Like I'm not 100% sure I'm clicking in here yet, but I know you guys are going to look at it and review it.
Yes.
So it was really cool just to have that trust right away, right off the bat.
No, that's good. And I think too,
I do think interns come in thinking this isn't going to be a live bullet, is it? And it's like, no, especially at Drexel, we really train with live bullets. Yep. And I say the great thing about live bullets is you learn really fast.
You do.
Horrible thing about live bullets is they really hurt when you make a mistake. So that's all true. I still like training. There's a better way to train than just live bullets. But it is kind of get you organized, get you trained up, and go. So.
Yeah. And I love, again, we say this a lot too, is be athletic, and just, that adaptability piece. Like when you're going in live, like that's how you learn, and, just be ready.
Ask a lot of questions.
Yes.
Now, you guys are just little sidetrack, but also related to internships or opportunities within Drexel. I mean, you guys have been here, you're both 25, 23?
Yep, 25, 23.
25, 23. And you've both been here almost 4 or 5 years already?
I just hit my 2 year.
2 year, right. Okay. But as an intern as well?
Yep,
2 years,
including that time.
But even then, how many different desks have you sat at in 2 years?
Gosh.
Literally.
Yeah, no, in the West Wing, probably 3, and then downtown 3, so probably 6 different desks.
You've literally moved your office 6 times.
Yep.
And Jordan? Similar?
Yeah, it's at least 6.
Yeah.
Right, and I mean, it's our finance team has been amazing. We've grown our company in 5 years by $50 million. Is that about right?
Yeah.
And we've actually shrunk our finance team in 5 years. So when you think about that, that's absolutely crazy and amazing and cool. And they've been, both of you have been a big part of that journey. So I thank both of you. So we appreciate you guys. They're the future of Drexel right there, not me.
Yeah, well.
I'm not the future, I'm the past.
Well, when you put it that way.
Wow is like you're scared. She said it kind of like, wow, okay, that's not good.
It's good.
Jules is applying for a new job.
The impact that you both have had, that's what I really wanted to focus on here too, is just that interns can truly have an impact while you're in it, and then, this transition to full-time. So talk to me about this transition for you guys from intern to full-time. What was that like, Jeff, Jordan?
Kind of unique story on my end, right? I completed my internship here. My last, project was to go up to the cabin in Watoma. All the market leaders were meeting up there for one of their retreat days, and my job was to present my findings. And at that time, I knew Joel and Andy, and that was about it. So jumping in a room with a bunch of great people, ended up talking to them.
Truly like a Shark Tanky type.
I was just going to say that.
And again, I was a 21-year-old kid talking about stuff I had found the last few months, and whether they believed it, loved it, ran with it or not, they sure acted like they did, and it meant the world to me. It was a very, very, very cool opportunity to not only feel good about myself, but also provide. A lot of questions came out of it. I think a lot of ideas came out of it, and I think that kind of eventually carved out the role that I originally jumped into full time. I vividly remember as well, after that day, you took me for a walk around the property and pitched me a job right away.
Yeah.
And,
hard recruiting. I don't think Jordan did not see himself at Drexel in any way, shape, or form. No. I don't believe.
No, I turned you down.
Yeah.
I said I had something lined up at West Bend Mutual Insurance. My plan was to start there in a couple of months.
Actuary, big corporate company, like checks every box you were looking for, right?
Yeah.
And a couple weeks later, I was sitting at home doing a bunch of thinking, and I shot you a text and said, "Hey, I think I want to come in and talk with you." And came in here that day, and I told myself going into it I wasn't going to make a decision right there. And when I was talking with Joel and Andy that day, something just dawned on me, like, yeah, you're doing this. And right there, I was like, yeah, I'm in. So
takes one to believe in you and pitch it too.
100%. But then started as a data scientist was my title here. So worked with the IT department for about a year and a half, doing a lot of our reporting, data analysis, which was honestly a great foundation, I feel, for the rest of my career here. You get to learn a lot of different things just looking at numbers or trying to craft reports. You need to understand how certain departments handle certain tasks, how their processes flow in order to pull the right numbers and pull the right data. So that was a great foundation. And then about a year and a half in, jumped into the accounts payable leader role. Shout out Chrissy and Abby. They have been absolutely amazing to work with. A small but mighty team, a team of two for a $300 to $350 million company, which is pretty incredible. And since then, has now eventually become the accounts payable, accounts receivable, financial controller role, which I am in. So oversee not only our AP team, but our AR team. And
shout out to all of them.
Yeah.
Dip day every Thursday, so I just loaded up on some beer, cheese, something just before I walked in here.
So
8 people, amazing people over there.
Yes. Shout out Michelle, Sam, Renee. Steph just had her first child, which is exciting, but she'll be back soon. Jace Gable's also doing Youth Apprentice through our finance team right now, which is awesome. But yes, ever since that transition, the entire full-time experience here has been nothing short of amazing, and that internship really brought me in and got me excited for it.
I'd say. Cool. How about you, Mason?
Yeah, my experience full-time was not as daunting as probably Jordan's was, but it was the December.
It wasn't as clunky.
Maybe that'd be
a little clunky. A little, yours was a little smoother path, maybe. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah. So it was the December before my graduation, and I told Julie from the very beginning. I shouldn't say the very beginning, but very early on, it's like, this is like where I want to be. Like, this is where I feel comfortable. This is where I want to contribute. Yeah. So we were planning on together, like, when would be a good time to bring me on full time. And then it was in December, we kind of just sat down and said, this is a good time to do this. It said I could adjust my school schedule to work 4 10s and go down to school one day a week for my classes and then come back to work the next day. So it worked out really well. So then we came on full time. Originally, it was a finance specialist position. It was kind of a limbo position, I believe, kind of just helping Julie and Emily where they were. I was just kind of helping with, like, keeping up insurance and COIs, keeping up with the deposit spreadsheet and the checkbook, and reconciling the deposited funds every month, which I really enjoyed. And then eventually the payroll team was looking for someone to help Amber out a little bit. So then I kind of I didn't even have to do anything really. They kind of just slid me into that.
It's a natural transition.
Kind of slid me into this position. They started training me up in the Paylocity world, and I've been there ever since, and I've loved every second of it.
Yeah,
and really is matching passion and talent.
For sure.
Both of these guys have passion for life, but are also very talented at what they do. What did you say you just loved the first thing that you did?
The checkbook and the check register.
Yeah, what did you do? Like shuffled things around or something?
Yeah, so every day the deposits get put on the deposit spreadsheet from the accounts receivable girls,
right?
And then I'd make the entry in Spruce. And then at the end of the month, you'd go back and take the bank rec and take your checkbook in Spruce and match up all the dots.
And I think you said you loved every second of it.
I did. It was great. It was
I'm literally banging my head against the wall right now. Passion and talent.
There you go.
That's good. We've been talking to you about
That's what I love. I got to take a break, right?
Yeah.
I love that God made everyone different on the planet, and I love that the diversity of Drex, and I love meeting people like Mason that mind, and we can work together very well.
Yes.
He would never want to do what I did for a day, right? And I wouldn't want to do what he did for a day. But together we make a really good team, and I just think that's something so beautiful about this company, but also about life. These guys are so amazing. They're just representing a little bit what we've always been about, is really bringing young people into our company and giving them really large responsibilities. There's no reason to wait. They bring so much energy and vigor to our company, and they really always have. When I was your age, I brought vigor to the company and energy to my dad. He said he was kind of maximized out for the company. We were about a $3 million company, and he's like, I didn't know how to grow it anymore. I didn't know what else to do. And then all of a sudden I came with all this Joel energy, right? And brought some different energy to the organization. Yeah. And we've kind of always followed that path of bringing bright young talent in and giving them real world responsibilities. They're ready for it. They can handle it. Yeah. They're going to make some mistakes, but that's okay. Little crazy part, like old wise guy stuff. I heard this, I think it was from Coach K or Coach Saban, was like when you're old, I think Colin Cowherd, which is interesting because he's actually like a broadcaster. And he actually said, never, ever, if you retire, don't live in the South with other old people. He's like, you're just going to get old. He's like, always live near a university. He's like, why are all these coaches look so young and so dynamic? They live on a campus. You understand pop culture. You understand recent food trends. You see clothes trends. They give you energy. They keep you younger. And I've always gravitated to that at Drexel. Like, not that I don't like the people that are my age or older, but like the youth, it brings you that energy and vigor and spunk and newness to life that otherwise goes pretty stale with a bunch of old guys like me.
I mean, truly, there's just the curiosity mindset, for like you, even like when I was doing payroll and benefits for little period of time, I'm like, hey Mason, if you see a better way with this, you go ahead and you change it, because I bet you have some better ideas than I do, so it's a really powerful thing for sure. What do you guys love truly just about working here in your experience? I know you kind of hit on the full-time transition and stuff, but from these interns, youth apprentice, school to work, from the outside looking in, what do you want them to know about it?
Sure. I mean, you hear it all the time, but just the people here. I couldn't be more thankful for all the time that Abby spent with me in my first couple weeks here, just trying to learn the accounts payable and not mess up paying bills all the time. And then even when I started with the accounts receivable team too, I mean, Renee would always help me with account applications because she was kind of the one that was running with that at that time too. So just having everyone there to help and just not knowing that you're not put on an island by yourself, because I feel like sometimes as an intern you could feel that way, where you just you're thrown to the wolves, just with no one there to help you, and truly everyone was here the whole time to help, and it was really great.
That's great.
Yeah, kind of to mimic that. I mean, obviously, like Mason said, we hear it all the time. The people here are great. That's a huge reason why I think a lot of people work here. And if you don't say that, I feel like you need to look in the mirror. But also, I kind of hit on it earlier, like some of the soft skills that you're just not taught, but you're required to learn here very, very quickly. I think that those are, as Joel was saying before, when you go into a corporate job or a different job where you're going into a specific role, it's you come in, you're trained, this is what we do, this is how we do it, this is exactly where you're going to do this, how you're going to do this, right? Here it's the same but different in that sense, right? Like we have overall tasks, overall functions we have to get done, but you kind of put your own spin on it, or at least our company puts our own spin on it of like, I don't care how you get this done, just find the most efficient way that it's accurate and it fills our commitments at the end of the day, right?
Yes.
Mission based versus company based, right? So that's great. I want to give him a little nugget. Now I know Jules brought you on for a sales pitch, and she is working it hard. I can tell. Being a young guy, so I'll make you a harder question. Like these are all softballs. If you had the power, and even if it's unfixable, what would you fix about your job or Drexel? Oh, and they're like the two nicest guys in the world. So this is going to be so hard for them, but I'm going to challenge you both. Like, if you could fix something, what would it be? Like, I'll way say it, because I know you guys wouldn't say that, so I don't want to say it that way. What frustrates you, or what's been clunky for your job, or again, what do you even perceive other people perceive?
I think for me, with a team of this size, communication is always a challenge, right? Everybody's got different schedules. Everybody's got different stuff going on. Being able, the hardest thing to do, I feel, at a place of this size is you might make the smallest change within your department, but how many other people does that directly affect, right?
And remember to bring them all along, and then the greatest illusion again is thinking you already said that.
Exactly.
And I hear that all the time. Well, that team knows. I'm like, well, apparently they don't, because every day they're making the wrong choice.
Maybe had the conversation with one person from the team and assumed that.
But you don't even know if they retained it. Exactly. Right? So just because you said it to the leader even doesn't mean they educate.
Yeah, and again, maybe that's not specific to this company. I feel like it has to be a challenge.
It could be specific to any company, but also to our company. Clear, concise, consistent, on-time communication. We struggle with that from department to department at times. Again, doesn't mean we are bad at it, but could we improve it? if I could fix that, I would fix that for sure too. So that's a good answer. Mason, you had plenty of time to think. Again, why Mason was not great at basketball was really not, he did not have God's gift to talent. Like Jordan was much more athletic. But ultimately that wasn't even it. He was just way too nice.
Yeah.
Like he didn't have the heart of a lion to rip somebody's heart out.
No lockdown defense.
Yeah.
You tried. You tried out of love and because you cared and you wanted to do the right thing and that was really important to you. But you didn't have lockdown defense because you were praying that guy would never score again in his life and quit basketball after you got rid of him.
Were you the one that like if he tripped, you'd be like, "Are you okay?" Yeah.
Oh no, not only that.
No,
Let's go further than that. We're literally like scoring on the other end, and he's still standing by the kid, being like, "Are you okay?" Yeah, Mason, we need you down on the other side, bro. And he'll be like, "Oh yes, Coach Fleischman, I'm just trying to help." Too late. You gotta no talkie, more runny, right? So yes, he was definitely that guy.
Yeah.
Oh, funny. Well, I think the one thing that I don't know if it's a good and a bad thing, but at Drexel we talk about being athletic a lot, and things change really quick, and I think that can be sometimes one of the more difficult things is trying to just keep things straight sometimes. Yeah. I know we've been working and trying to get better at documenting processes, but when they were not documented, just the amount of times things changed and then they weren't documented, and trying to keep up with just the word of mouth was kind of difficult. So
I think that's still a weakness, especially in our finance department. Was probably one of our biggest weaknesses in our finance department was or still is documented information, and I was never a believer in it. So that's on me as a leader for sure. But yes, what now we call tribal knowledge of, hey Mason, come over into the campfire. I got to tell you like a secret nugget of information. I love this story, right? I've done this before on pods. Hey, get over here, guys. I got to tell you something about Drexel. Come on, right? Jules isn't here. That's okay. We'll talk to her later, right? And then,
Cascade.
And then the next day it'd be like, yeah, that was cool. Joel spent like 20 minutes with me. I learned so much, right? And it's like, that was just like tribal weird knowledge, right? Well, Mason knew. Well, Mason already has set at 6 different jobs with 4 different desks with 4 different jobs. What he thought he knew, he pass that all tribally down to the next person. So I definitely can improve, and we will improve on documentation. Documentation leads to what? Development.
Yes.
You can learn earlier because you can learn what was documented from the last person, but you can always reference that. And documentation does not mean corporate. I always was worried about that.
Sure.
Any documentation needs to be a living, breathing document, actively changed and updated regular, but yet people can reference it and change it for the next person.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, any advice you would give to your past self in an internship or for some future interns that you would say?
We kind of hit on it before. Ask every question you think of. My buddy always says there's no such thing as dumb questions, just dumb people asking them. But we'll forget the second part of that. No, for real. Like the more you know is the better in the long run. There were so many things that in my brain I'm like, I know this probably isn't going to be the smartest question, but I need to ask it. And the benefits from that go a long way.
For sure.
You don't realize in the room that other people don't know either.
Yes.
Just because they look older than you and have been here 20 years, they may not know either, and quite often don't, or never even have thought of that angle, as you said.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, kind of echoing the same thing. Like being an intern is about learning. Yeah. You have to be willing to be a sponge and to be able to soak all that information in as an intern, because, like you said, you come into a company not knowing a lot of things. Yeah. So just trying to take it all in, and it's probably going to come at you pretty quick. But you need to be willing to ask the questions and be willing to learn and soak that knowledge in to be able to turn it into success.
And I think it is breaking the habit of being a student that you've been a student now for 10 or 12 years. Like, please don't. Come with energy, come with passion, come with your personality, be authentic, be you, be bold, shake hands, look in people's eyes, make body language contact, enjoy yourself. Again, this isn't, it's a Tuesday, I gotta go to work, like you did at school for 12 years. This is like, no, bring it, have fun, enjoy it, and you'll get a lot out of it if you do that. Yeah. But if you come here with that Debbie Downer approach, the work life is going to be really hard for your entire life. So come in at 17, 18 and wow us, and you'll do wonderful things, if not here, somewhere else. So don't be afraid to just bring a lot of energy when you're here.
Yeah, put your ideas out there. I like how you talk about that too. Relying on not the youth, but our interns in here bringing in those new ideas. There's never a bad idea to question something. There's never a wrong time to question something. I think that's what's also unique about this role, is we allow newer people, younger people to bring those new ideas, and we actually promote that and want them to bring those in.
I think actually too, building on that is telling your leaders and even yourself, do I like this or not this? Right. Or do I like this part of the job, but I don't like that part of the job? I love making deliveries, but I don't like returns. And then we can just laugh. It's like, well, that's part of the job. It's like, well, I get that. But I actually liked being in the office the 2 days I was, but I didn't like that, right? I mean, Mason, you came in and you were on the tailgate tour, right? So total opposite. He's doing the checking account, and then he's doing the and then he's flipping burgers with 20 builders and being totally, outside his comfort zone.
Yes.
Right? Like, be bold and being like, I don't mind doing the tailgate tour. I'm not complaining, but I don't love that part. Or, oh my gosh, I saw that. That's what I want to do. Yeah. Well, you're an intern for this. And again, you get so worked up in college and high school of like, well, I went to school for it. I paid a lot of money for this. This is what I'm expected to do. Do you love it or not? And if you don't love it, just tell somebody, tell leaders. They'll help you find a different role, or at least you'll tell yourself like, okay, they didn't listen to me. I need to find a different job. But I think you don't do that early enough in your career, and before you know it, you've been there 10 years and you're like, what am I doing when I grow up? Instead of really, really leaning into stuff that you love right out of the gate. Like, if there's a speed ramp moment that these guys are living through, they have no idea right now. Right now, you can put so much energy into your career before you have children. And then once you have children, it's kind of like that pedal comes off a little bit. Like, you guys can put all gas on your career right now. And then you start doing the balance thing. And then, honestly, when you get to me, my age, also you don't have the energy that you did. But you have the time, right? So kind of now, I wish I could go back to 25 and just be like, I could go bananas, right? So don't be afraid to go bananas when you get in your career. You can probably get way further into your career, whatever that means. Is that moving up into management or whatever you want to do? You can get way further, or pay raises or whatever, way further in your career before kids than the first decade you have kids. Because all of a sudden you're just kind of, it doesn't mean you can't grow through children at all.
Like seasonal living. Like, this is a season. Like, I'm in a season with young kids, It's like, okay, then after that, it's just...
It is seasons. Life is about seasons. Great way to say it, Jules. Cool. I have a feeling that's one of your podcasts.
It is.
Just the way she said it. And please reach out to Jules' podcast, as always.
Intentional seasonal
living. Come on, if you haven't watched.
That was not a plug. But anyway,
it
guys.
Sure felt like a plug.
It's just like grounded me. Anyway, we're at the billboard here. So, Jordan, you've done this before. You get a billboard message. I'm sure it's changed from the last time you were on episode 116. What do you have for us?
If I had to put something on a billboard, I'd put, if it doesn't challenge you, it won't change you. There's so many times, even in my life, I just get content, right? And there are a lot of things I know I can do better at and become more obsessed with. But we all, as humans, I feel like, strive to be comfortable. But that you do the same thing each and every day if you live with that mindset. That's a huge reason why I actually play golf. Like, every single day, it is a new challenge. That's why I love the sport itself. Some days it feels like the easiest game in the world, and some days it feels like you've never swung a club before. But yeah.
That's good.
You know what? I'm going to build on that one. And I'm always got to spin God into it. I just have to. But when he said that reminded me of what God's doing to you and your soul, and ultimately why we're all here is to get to heaven, right? Or he's working on your soul. So when challenges come, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't improve you, is what you said, right? So you lose your eyesight, you lose the love of your life, you lose a job, we're hoping to go on this vacation. I mean, whatever you're really struggling with, and you're praying and God doesn't take that quote unquote burden away. He is trying to change you to be a better version of yourself, ultimately for him and for love, right? But that is so hard to see during the challenge. But it's so hard to trust God of saying, you're challenging me. I feel that. I sense that. You're changing me. I don't like that, but I'm going to come out of this better no matter how dark and horrible the storm is, even losing a loved one or horrible things, even your death. Right, I mean, he's trying to get you ready for your death, and that's going to be a challenge for most of us, unless you get hit by a car.
Always a plan, for sure. How about you, Mason?
Yeah, mine would be take pride in what you do. I just believe that both personally and professionally, like in your life, whether it's your personal relationships or at work, it's like not to just put half your effort into things. Like, really put your all into everything that you do. Because you only have one life. There's no point in doing things halfway. I really think that's message I stick by.
I love that, and I see that how you live your life, and I love that, and it's a lot of that is slowing down and being intentional.
Yep.
Right, in every little aspect that you do. Are you slowing down? Are you being intentional? And that'll give you that pride. So love that. Love you guys.
Sure,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your contributions.
I love it. These guys are rock
awesome.
stars.
We appreciate you.